Hey everyone from Universal Orlando. I am back for another night of Halloween Horror Nights, and this time I'm going to be testing out Express Pass. One of the biggest questions we get asked all the time is, what are the crowds like at HHN? Is Express Pass something you definitely need? I would say yes if you're coming here for just one night, but today I'm going to put that to the test. We're going to try to go through all 10 houses and get as much done as we possibly can, and along the way we're going to add up the amount of time that we saved by utilizing Express. We did this last year and we saved a ton of time. We were able to get everything done and then some, and still have plenty of time for like scare zones and going to see the shows, trying some food and things like that. So in this video, we are gonna answer the question, is Express Pass worth it in 2025? And just how much can you get done in one night? Halloween Horror Night starts at 6:30 p.m. We're getting here a little bit later. It's about 7:45. And I think we're gonna wait a little bit longer to do the houses and try to get the most value out of our Express, because the peak times usually start after 8 o'clock. All right, first things first, before we start any houses, here's a quick look at the current wait times at 8 p.m. So far, Galkan is 45 minutes, and so is the Wyatt 6. Everything else is an hour or close to an hour and above. So something that is new for this year, just because of all the construction that's going on in the park, is there is an A side and a B side to get to 4 houses that are located behind Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. So when you see Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, normally that was one house entrance. This year, that will bring you to 4 different houses. If you go in that path right there, that's gonna bring you closest to Five Nights at Freddy's and the Wyatt 6. And then the other side, so the B side, over by the Fallon bathrooms, will bring you closest to Grave of Flesh and Terrifier. And because of where the houses are located, with this whole A side and B side entrances, it's a lot more walking than in years past. There's always a lot of walking at HHN, but this year, it's even more. All right, so the first house we're gonna do is the house that always has the longest wait, and it's gonna be Five Nights at Freddy's. It's currently 100 minutes, but this has gotten up to 180 minutes during Stay and Scream, which is crazy. All right, we are officially in the queue, so we're gonna start the timer, and we're gonna let this run all the way until we get to the entrance of the house. Obviously, we can't film inside the houses, so we'll stop it just before then. We'll see how long it takes. And just to give you a sense of the crowds they're anticipating, not only for Five Nights at Freddy's, but for the entire event. This entire soundstage is filled with switchbacks. You can see some of the regular standby line over here, and then Express is right this way. Not too many people in it right now. All right, so far we're 3.5 minutes in, and we are flying past the standby line. So I think this is gonna be relatively quick. We're a few people away from going inside of Five Nights at Freddy's. I am gonna stop the clock here. We waited just over 12 minutes. All right, so we're done with Five Nights at Freddy's. That was awesome. We only waited 12 minutes from the minute we got in the line, since we scanned our Express Pass first, to the moment we were going into the house. So since it was posted a 100-minute wait and we waited 12, that means we saved 88 minutes in line so far with just our first house. So now what I think we're gonna do is, since there are 4 houses back over here in this little area, I think I'm gonna do the rest that are over here. So over here is the Wyatt 6, Terrifier, and Grave of Flesh. And I think we're gonna do the Horrors of the Wyatt 6 next. It's currently posted a 45-minute wait, and even though it's right by Five Nights at Freddy's, you still have to walk all the way around. So I was saying, it's a lot of walking at HHN this year. I wasn't lying. All right, so house number 2 is gonna be WWE, the Horrors of the Wyatt 6. It's currently a 45-minute standby wait. All right, so we just entered the Express Pass line. We're gonna start the timer. Let's see how quick this one is. I have a feeling this is gonna be under 10. This also queues up inside of another soundstage, which is nice because it is all indoors, and Express is looking very, very light. Yeah, so this is the standby line over here, and then Express. We are about to merge with the standby line. It's been just about 6 minutes. And the house entrance is right there, stage 23. Back in the same spot over here as I was after Five Nights at Freddy's. We just did WWE Horrors of the Wyatt 6. It was a 45-minute standby wait. We only waited 6 minutes in the Express line, and it honestly would have even been a couple of minutes shorter. There was a party ahead of me that had an issue with their Express Pass, so that took 1.5 to 2 minutes. So it would have been under 5 minutes, and we were able to save another 39 minutes. So I'm gonna finish the rest of the houses back over here. Terrifier is gonna be up next, and that's a 60-minute wait. You may have heard about the wet path and the dry path. They even sell ponchos over here outside of the entrance to the house. Just a minute ago, it was a 60-minute wait. It is now jumped up to a 75-minute wait. So this is gonna be a really good use of Express Pass. It's over an hour. We'll see how long it takes us to get through. If I can do this in under 30 minutes, I would be very, very happy. So let's see. All right, so we're done with Terrifier. It was posted a 75-minute wait. We only waited 20 minutes. So we saved 55 minutes. We just have one more house to do in this little like foursome back here, and then we'll make our way throughout the rest of the park. But we're gonna wrap up this section with Grave of Flesh. Okay, so our final house over here in this section of 4 houses is gonna be Grave of Flesh. 70-minute wait, holy cow, that is long. House number 4, you know the deal by now, we're in line. Let's get that timer going for Grave of Flesh. Grave of Flesh waited only 5 minutes. It happened so fast, I didn't even have time to let you know how long we waited. We literally like made one turn and we were inside of the house. So that one kind of sneaks up on you really quick, but it is now 9:45. It's an hour and a half into my night here, and we have done 4 houses. We are absolutely crushing it in terms of time, and if we do a quick tally of all the minutes that we've saved so far since we started at 8:15, we have saved 247 minutes waiting in line so far by utilizing Express. So we will easily get all houses done. Maybe we'll have time for some other things too, but now it's on to house number 5.
On behalf of BuzzCon Industries, we disclaim responsibility for any adverse effects that our top-of-the-line rat poison may cause.
Let me in! What's the password? Forget the password! Open the door!
Get it off me! Get it off me!
No! Back off, Dolly!
I think we're just gonna continue the loop around the park, kind of do the houses in order. Next up is gonna be Jason Universe over here in San Francisco. So my 2 houses that I really wanted to test out if Express was worth it was Five Nights at Freddy's, because that has anywhere from 100 to 180 minute wait, depending on what time you do it at night. The other one is Jason Universe. This has consistently been north of 100 minutes. It's currently 140, so let's see how quick Express is. In theory, it should be about half the wait time, but Universal really hasn't been sticking to that, and it's been a lot quicker than that. So let's see how quick we can get through Jason Universe. Let's start the timer. I also have not done Jason Universe yet, so going in by myself could be a little scary. I heard this is the scariest house of the year. After about 15 minutes, we made it inside of the Fast and the Furious indoor portion of the queue. Still have a little ways to go. All right, we are 21 minutes in. We just passed the merge point with standby, so should only be another minute or 2 from here. We're heading in just shy of 25 minutes. All right, so I am all done with Jason Universe. Posted 140 minutes, only waited 25, so we saved 115 minutes just on that house alone. That's almost 2 hours. So we are officially halfway done with all the houses. We are through 5. It's a little over 2 hours that process has taken. So now we're gonna keep making our way around the park. And by the way, I did kind of stop a couple of times. I stopped to have a little bit of water. I walked through a couple scare zones along the way too. So I haven't been going like, you know, guns a-blazing from house to house to house, but we are halfway through and we're doing fantastic on time. Next 2 houses are right next to the Fear Factor stage or the Nightmare Fuel stage over by Men in Black. And it is Fallout and Galkan Monsters of the North. Fallout is posted a 70-minute wait, and so is Galkan, both 70 minutes. Other than the sound stages that are in the front of the park, where the first 4 houses we did were, this is the longest walk. So be prepared. Also this year, they've added tents so that you're covered if you're doing Stay and Scream, or if it just happens to be raining. Most of the queue is covered, which is nice. Just scanned our Express Pass and we are in line for Fallout. I think this is gonna be really quick. That was crazy. We waited literally less than 2 minutes, 1 minute and 48 seconds for Fallout. It was posted 70 minutes, so we'll round that up to 2, and we'll say that we saved 68 minutes just on that house. That's the second time I've gone through Fallout this season. It's not my favorite house. I don't know if it's like dead last for me. It's definitely towards the bottom. It's between that and Grave of Flesh. So we'll see as the season goes along if it gets better. I did watch the show. I never played any of the games, and I don't really think it captures like the essence of the show all too well. Seeing the characters is cool, but I had higher hopes for Fallout, and it's definitely towards the bottom of my list. But while we're over here, we are gonna do Galkan Monsters of the North. Still posted a 70-minute wait. We'll see if it's just as quick. These new tents are really nice. They did add a couple of fans. I think they probably could use a couple of more in here, because definitely gonna get stale during stay and screen, but it is nice that you're covered out of the sun and out of the rain. All right, so we made it to the front of the line, 6.5 minutes, and we're heading into Galkan. So right before I got in line for Galkan, it went down to 60 minutes. So it was 70, dropped to 60. It took us just under 7 minutes to get through the express line and into the house. So we saved 53 minutes on there. It was a pretty good run through, and that ending is so good. Like, if you've done the Galkan house, you know what I'm talking about. I won't spoil it, but it's like tight spaces and the scare actors come at you from all sides. Had a really good run. I enjoyed that house. The time's now 11:20. I am through 7 houses. We are making fantastic time, just like I've been saying this entire video. And I did want to give you an update on how much time I've saved. Again, this is all assuming that the standby wait times are accurate that are posted. But through 4 houses, we saved 247 minutes. And since then, with Jason, Fallout, and Galkan, we have saved a total of 483 minutes in line with Express. If you divide that by hours, that's 8 hours, and you're not gonna get through all the houses of the event. So well worth it so far. I haven't even done all 10 houses, but we will easily be able to do all 10 and then probably still have some time to do other things too. All right, here we go. House number 8. It's gonna be Dolls Let's Play Dead. Posted 60-minute wait time. We are scanned in. Timer has started on Dolls. Like I said, it's posted a 60-minute wait. See how long we wait. Now, again, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but to me, time is money, and the amount of time that I have saved tonight by using Express is just absolutely crazy. I probably would be still in line for like house number 3 or 4. Just about 12 minutes in line for Express, and we are about to head inside of Dolls Let's Play Dead. Check her out in the window. Time is now 11:30. We are through 8 houses. We have 2 to go. We're gonna do Hatchet and Chains, Demon Bounty Hunters, and then El Artista. Hatchet and Chains, Demon Bounty Hunters enters in the Simpsons ride, and it's posted a 45-minute wait. Here we go. House number 9 is officially underway. All right, Hatchet and Chains done in just about 11 minutes. House is growing on me. It was only my 2nd time through it, so I think I need to go through it a few more times before I decide where I'm gonna put it on my list, but I think for now, I do kind of have it towards the bottom. Not my favorite house, definitely not my least favorite house, but we'll see as the year goes on where it kind of fits. But I have one more house to do. It is just before 12 o'clock. It's about 5 minutes to 12, and it's El Artista, a Spanish haunting. So we're gonna make our way back towards the front of the park.
Well, I need to give you a treat. Try some of this. Sweeter than honey, rarer than my hairless cats. Oh, just a sip.
The current time is 12:22 a.m. We are about to do our final house, the 10th house on the night. El Artista, a Spanish haunting, 50-minute standby wait. And for the very last time tonight, let's start that timer. The standby line is currently a couple of switchbacks deep, so that 50 minutes is probably pretty close. It might be a little bit less, but it's probably looking like at least a 35-minute wait. So we should be able to save a decent amount of time here on our final house of the night. All right, so we did all 10 houses. It is just past 12:30, and I know you're probably wondering, what was the grand total of the minutes that we saved by utilizing Express tonight? 606 minutes. That is absolutely crazy. That's like 10 hours waiting in line. That's longer than the entire Halloween Horror Nights event. It runs from 6:30 to 2 a.m. So I would be hard pressed to find someone who can do all 10 houses in one night this year. The waits are crazy. Jason has a long wait. Terrifier has a long wait. Five Nights at Freddy's has a long wait. So the IPs being so strong has really brought in the crowds. And I'm here on a Wednesday night, and I was able to do all of that. And you guys saw what the wait times are like on a weekday. So if you're even coming on a weekend, it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be even busier. Now, yes, you can do Stay and Scream, and you could try to knock out a few houses before the event actually starts. And you'll most likely be able to do that, but you're gonna be spending way more time at the event. And to me, time is money. So if you were able to budget the money for Express Pass, I think it is highly worth it. Every year it's worth it. It's just getting more and more valuable, and the wait times are really minimal. I think the longest we waited all night was 25 minutes in a line, and that is nothing. What Universal does promise you is it's gonna be roughly half of the posted standby wait time, and it's been way less than half of that posted wait time. And a lot of people don't necessarily care for that. They think Express gets like special treatment, but at the end of the day, on certain nights, this is costing almost $300 on top of your ticket. So I think the waits are perfect for what you're paying for. So let me know down in the comments below what you think about Express. Are you gonna be getting it this year at HHN? Like you saw in the video, I think it is highly worth it, especially if you're only here for one night. So if you guys enjoyed coming along with me tonight and you found this video helpful, make sure you give the video a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss out on all of our future HHN content to come. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.